What are you doing? Everyone says don't build Call of the Wild. Build Cluster. Build Embers. Stupid. You're not allowed to play how you want to play. Hope you enjoyed that introduction to the video and welcome to a new one. Welcome to the Survival Hunter channel, the #1 Survival Hunter channel on YouTube. There's probably other better people on YouTube, Survival Hunter stuff. Honestly, I'm #1. But what's happening, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? Week 2 of Shadowlands, and you can craft your first legendary. So I thought, let's talk about them. My opinion on what you want to make. But really, build how you want to build it. If you're not a world first raider, you can really go what you want. And depending on who your guild is, and when you're gonna start mythic raiding, you have a chance to build a couple of different things and just play how you want to play. But first things first, you know how we do. Thank you all my new Twitch followers. I apologize, haven't streamed this week. Just had some things happening at home. But I'll be streaming hopefully after this video gets completed, or on Sunday. But we'll be streaming a lot next week because Mythic Plus comes out, rating comes out, so we'll be streaming all that kind of stuff. But we just had some things going on this week. But again, follow my socials, follow my Twitch, follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok and all that. I haven't been posting again. I'll be more active just week. But no sponsors yet, so I don't want to thank anybody. Anyway, let's talk about Survival Hunter legendaries and should you build them, should you not. First, we'll go with how to craft a legendary. What you need 2 missives. Missives are created by inscriptors, which you can put haste, versatility, crit, and mastery. Your preferred, how do you call them, your secondary stat on them, which is really good, so you can actually pinpoint haste and versatility, or if you want you can go haste and crit, up to you. And then what you also need, you need a legendary power. A legendary power drops from multiple places, which will show, which I've already gotten a few here, which drops from dungeons, raids, world bosses, and so on. They have a small % chance, but they have just buffed it about an hour before me releasing this video. So if you haven't done your mythic zeros for the week, get on them now, and hopefully they'll drop for you before Mythic Plus comes out next week and Raid comes out next week. But let's talk about what you should build first. Well, honest opinion, what should you build? My opinion of what I've built first and what I'm going to build next, and what and so on, because it also depends on what my guild is doing. And my guild, we're not raiding until next year because it's coming over Christmas time and we don't want to put pressure on anyone. So because of that, we're just doing like normal and heroic, and we're doing a whole lot of Mythic Plus. So on those terms, what I've done is I've actually built Wildfire Cluster as my first one, because we're going to be doing a lot of dungeons to gear up, and hopefully pinpoint some gear that I'm missing within here. So I went for the legs and haste and versatility, but I've done that. So, but that's me, my personal opinion. I've gone for Wildfire Cluster, and it's up to you guys. Play how you want. But let's go for let's talk about all of them and discuss where you would be using them and so on. So again, let's start with Wildfire Cluster, which, as you can see here, I've already built them. Wildfire Bomb drops an additional cluster of bombs around the target, exploding for 424 fire damage. Again, I've gone that first because we're going to be doing Mythic Plus. We're going to hopefully be pushing to 15 in the first week, so we really want something that will do a lot of damage to mobs, clear them as fast as possible, and just it's free damage. It's built into your rotation, really. So Wildfire Cluster is probably it's your best in slot for Mythic Plus. Again, it's free damage. Your Wildfire Bomb has no AoE cap, and it just splashes damage, and it does a whole bunch of damage. So it does like nearly like 3 to. I haven't tested it yet because I was hoping to get some clips in Mythic Plus, but we wanted to get this out as soon as possible. So Wildfire Cluster, best in slot for Mythic Plus. Second, Latent Poison Injectors. This is the Latent Poison Azerite power, which Serpent Sting applies a Latent Poison to the target, stacking up to 10 times. Mongoose Bite or Raptor Strike consumes all stacks of Latent Poison, dealing 231 nature damage per stack. I was actually going to build this one first. I was contemplating going this first or going this second, because I like the playstyle. I like Viper's Venom. I like the Viper Venom Hydra Bite playstyle with Wildfire Infusion. The only problem is because we've lost I think it's Primal Intuition, where your Mongoose Bite reduces the cooldown of your bomb by 1 second every time you use it, and with the bomb being a 16-second recharge timer, we don't have that often much anymore, and that's what sort of made me not want to build it, because we don't really get Wildfire, or we don't really get the bomb rotation as fast as last time. That's the reason why I didn't pick it to be the first one. I was really wanted to pick that first, but just because we lost that Azerite and it's been moved into Rylaks Stalkers, if you could use two, you'd run that and Poison Injectors together, but for the build. But you know, it's tough day. But you probably maybe use this for PvP still. Again, I don't really PvP that much, but having that stacking damage and then being able to burst, depending if you have Necrolord or Kyrian, and then just pop it and just do a whole bunch of like crit damage. That could be good. But I really wanted to build it. I like the playstyle. I wish we had this as a passive or something, or a talent. That'd be good. Next is Butcherbone Fragment. Mongoose Bite increases the damage of your next card by 20%, stacking up to 6 times. I didn't get to play around with this much, but I don't like the playstyle where you need to track. So Carve and Mongoose Bite / Raptor Strike is 5 focus difference. So you'd stack it to 6 times, and then regardless, even if it's on a single target or a multi-target, you can walk around and then smash, right? You'd Mongoose Bite, Raptor Strike to 6, and then wait for your cooldowns, Trinket, Coordinated Assault, Wildfire. As you can see, I've changed Wild Spirits, and then like just pop off there. So you could see that you'd make a weak aura tracker for it. But for me, I personally don't like that playstyle, and this is the reason why I didn't build it initially. So, as you can see, I've already got them. I wish I could tell you where they drop. This drops from Miss Tirina. This is this week's Torghast run. That's a PvP one. I actually don't know where I got this one. Next, Nesingwary's Trapping Apparatus. Whenever a trap is triggered, gain 45 focus and increase all focus gain by 100% for 5 seconds. So this is a good one for single target, because you can fit in more Mongoose Bites. With us being low haste right now and being able to gain 45 focus straight away, 100% focus regen for 5 seconds, by rotating your tar trap, your freezing trap, and possibly if you talent into steel trap, you're just gaining 45. You're getting like 135 focus on a rotation, plus 100% uptime on your focus regen. It's like it's insanely good, because we're just getting focus. We can keep Mongoose Biting and then we can weave in like kill commands whenever we want. But we just have that focus regen going for us to be able to keep doing damage. And that would work with the Birds of Prey build, because you'd be able to coordinated assault, and since Mongoose Bite and Carve extends the duration, you can just keep that going because you're not going to stop doing damage with Mongoose Bite. So it's really good, really strong for single target. But because, again, personal experience, if you want a single target build, if you're pushing Mythic straight away, pick that one, because there's not too many multi-target fights. Next is the Rylaks Confounding Strike. Mongoose Bite has a 15% chance to add a charge of Wildfire Bomb. This comes from the raid. So this is going to be really strong, and it's the reason why I couldn't build it first. I'd probably build this first and then Wildfire Cluster, but I'm hoping I get the drop within the first week, because then I'd be able to build that for Mythic raiding when we start next year, because you'll be able to build at least 2 legendaries, and I can swap between that and that for single target. So that's really good. It's pretty much 15% Mongoose Bite gives you a stack of Wildfire Bomb. Pretty good. So you get more Wildfire bombs out. Keep going through your rotation. It's really good. I'd probably pick that one, and it seems great. As you can tell in the start of the video, Call of Wild cooldown reduces your aspects and coordinated assault by 35%. So that turns into 1.5 minutes or 1.25 minutes. I forgot. 1.25 minutes or 1.5 minutes. I did a video on it before, and that goes down to 2 minutes, and this goes down to 1 minute. Like, being able to have Turtle up and being able to have Aspect of the Eagle up and also Coordinated Assault up, like, a lot of the time I thought personally would be really good, because you'd be able to just pop your cooldowns a lot longer. But because I'm running Coordinated Assault, and I've changed to Night Thief for Wild Spirits, and they are both on a 2-minute cooldown, these line up now. But I don't know, I like this. I like this legendary. I just like being able to do 20% more damage all the time, for a long time. So you could run Call of the Wild with Birds of Prey build, which doesn't really work with Nesting Wing Trap, right? So a lot of these would work together. But I don't know. I like Call of the Wild. It's up to you. I'm going to build it not very soon. But if you never know, Blizzard could be buffing and unbuffing legendary, so this could jump up. But Call of the Wild is pretty good. I enjoy it. I think it'd be pretty nice. Next thing is Soul Embers. So Soul Embers is launching a flare into your tar trap. Causes up to 5 enemies inside the tar trap to burn for 3,500 over 12 seconds. First boss of... Oh no, this is first boss of Mr. Trinia. This is the other side. So pretty much you tar trap, and then once your tar trap pops off, you can do a flare. This is also a legendary power in Torghast as well, so you can try it out. It's a fun playstyle. It's a weird playstyle for, I don't know, for survival, because you're already weaving and you're doing a lot of all these different buttons. You have Serpent Sting, your Wildfire Bombs. You have to keep track of what Wildfire Bombs coming up, your kill commands, your Mongoose Bites, and all that kind of thing. There's a lot going on already. And to weave in your tar trap and also your flare on top of it to do damage, it's good because it also slows in Mythic Plus, so it'll be really good for tanks kiting, especially in Halls of Atonement. Those stupid bears, man, they take damage a lot, but that'd be pretty good. This actually does a lot of damage and really good. So it's up to you. Everyone says build this first. I still think Wildfire Cluster is probably your best one as a survival, because you just want to keep rotating your bombs and so on, and your bombs does a lot of damage. So Soulforge Embers is good. What else? What else? What else is really good? And this last one. This is a PvP one. Feign Death cooldown reduced by 15 seconds, and Feign Death now removes most negative effects. So this is a PvP one. You get it from the Great Vault at the end of the week. And these are all the basic ones: Echo Vena, Judgment Arbiter, Organ, and Cephers. That's a PvP one as well. The Jailer and Phantasma. So, man. So I hope you enjoyed. Again, TLDR down below. Wildfire Cluster, I still think is going to be your best for Mythic Plus to pick out first over Soulforge Embers. Personally, because being able to trap and then flare, like it all depends on your group. So if you're running a Mythic 5 and you can coordinate it properly, you'll be able to get a lot out of it. But with Wildfire Cluster, you can just go into a pug and you can just like throw bombs and do extra damage. Nesting Waves Trapper Artist is going to be right now the great focus build, regen build for single target, aka raid fights, because you're going to be able to mongoose by a whole bunch more with low haste and not worry about it. And then you have Rylaks, Stalkers, Confounding Strikes as the next one. So those are your three. And then I like Call of the Wild, and I'm going to build Latent Poison later. But again, squad, thank you for joining. Hope you hopefully I was able to give you some information of what you should build and what not to build for as a survival hunter. But I went personally for what I wanted and what I'm doing as for my guild. So yeah, hope all the drops come for you this week. Get your legendary powers, and I'll see you next week for some AoE rotation video. Mythic Plus comes out, so I'll get some footage for you. Peace.